as 5 suspects arrested in the California desert killings in dispute over marijuana, sheriff's officials say. In San Bernardino, California, 6 men found dead at a remote dirt crossroads in Southern California desert last week, likely shot to death in a dispute over marijuana, sheriff's officials said Monday, as they announced the arrest of 5 men suspected in the violence. Authorities discovered the bodies Tuesday in the Mojave Desert outside El Mirage after someone called 911 and said in Spanish that he had been shot. And Bernardino County Sheriff Sergeant Michael Warwick said during a news conference. All the victims were likely shot to death, and 4 of the bodies had been partially burned together, Warwick said. The 5th victim was found inside a Chevy Trailblazer, and the 6th was discovered nearby the following day, he said. It looks like illicit marijuana was the driving force behind these murders, Sheriff Shannon Dykes said, adding that the area is known for illegal marijuana growing operations. Scene showed a, quote, level of violence, unquote, reminiscent of a drug cartel, but investigators couldn't immediately confirm that cartels were involved, officials said. 5 men ranging from 24 to 34 were arrested, and 8 firearms were seized after deputies served search warrants Sunday in the Adelanto and Apple Valley areas of San Bernardino County and the Pinon Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles County, Warwick said at a news conference. Officials said investigators believe that all the suspects in the case are in custody, and they were held without bail. Authorities also identified 4 of the victims as Baldemir Mondragon Albaran, 34, Franklin Noel Bonilla, 22, Kevin Daryl Bonilla, 25, and a 45-year-old man whose name was withheld pending family notification. Coroner's officials were trying to identify the remaining 2 men. Investigators believe Frank Bonilla was the man who called 911, Warwick said. California voters legalized recreational marijuana in 2016, and the state has become the world's largest legal cannabis marketplace since then, with billions in annual sales. But the illegal market continues to thrive. Dykes called the black market a plague that results in violence, and he called on lawmakers to reform cannabis laws to keep legalization but revert to harsher penalties for users of illegal pot. Overhead footage from TV stations last week showed a dark blue SUV with a passenger window blown out and another door open with part of the image blurred. The footage also showed numerous yellow evidence markers in the scrubby desert. The area, some 50 miles northeast of Los Angeles, is so remote that the sheriff's department called in help from the California Highway Patrol's Aviation Division in order to even find the scene. In 2020, 7 people were fatally shot at an illegal marijuana growing operation in a small rural town neighboring Riverside County, and more than 20 people lived on the property, which had several makeshift dwellings used for production of honey oil, a potent cannabis concentrate. Is the illegal market alive and well in Cali? Todd Dankin with Iodine News. What do you guys think?
Man, oh man, this sounds, you know what this sounds like, Todd? This sounds like a scene out of Casino.
It does. It
right?
Really
this
does.
sounds like this should have been in your neck of the woods over in Vegas.
I know. Surprised it's not in the Nevada desert.
Right? We got a ditch already dug up. We're ready to just dump the bodies in. We're ready, just, you know what I'm saying? Just shovel the dirt on top of them.
Yeah, you can't dump them in Lake Mead anymore because it's too shallow.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're dead, Jason, that would not qualify as living soil. So, listen, you know, bad jokes aside, I'm supposed to start every off-color comment by at least acknowledging that there's real pain and suffering, that there are multiple victims here, that there are multiple families mourning, and that violence is never acceptable. The only thing I would add to that is I wish when we had these types of articles that they always led with whether this was crime associated with regulated versus unregulated cannabis. Because unregulated cannabis attracts people who need unregulated opportunities to make money. And this San Bernardino, this whole area has a lot of producing regulated businesses. And it's not clear to me which this is.
You do realize that it's very possible that it was regulated product that was sold on the unregulated market. I mean, it wasn't Adelanto. Just saying.
It's a possibility, absolutely.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, you guys don't want to talk about that, huh?
Shut up, I got some people out there.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at Adelanto being a producing region, but I will just say I'm always banging for NorCal, and it ain't Alders Point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, man, this is definitely some cartel stuff. There was definitely some a drug deal gone bad. I wonder, did they find? Yeah, did they? Oh man, did they find any other drugs involved, or are they sure that their only marijuana was involved?
No, they don't even know that it was marijuana. They didn't find any marijuana. They think that it was marijuana related.
Okay, so all they found was a bunch of dead bodies. Is that what the whole story is? So they didn't find any
because
evidence
the area
of anything.
is known for lots of illegal grows. The sheriff said it looks like illicit marijuana was the driving force behind these murders.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
So for all we know, it could have been someone that was actually going to have a meeting in the desert, and they just had a conversation, and some people didn't leave. It could have been just that. Could have not even been a transaction going on.
I mean, they arrested 5 guys, so they know where to go.
They arrested the pizza parlor?
No. Burgers, man. What you talking about?
Someone got triggered off of that.
Jason
right
is obviously not a non-meat eater on the show.
I've been eating meat.
5 guys is pizza.
I've been eating meat lately. Really? I switched my whole diet up. Yeah.
Why you look so healthy?
I've heard that.
Yes. Well, man. I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion as to who did this, though, Todd. By the end of this show.
Well, I don't think so either. But there are 5 guys from Adelanto, Apple Valley, and Pinion Hills in Los Angeles who are sitting in jail right now because they are the 5 suspects.
5 suspects. And I do find it interesting that they had to call the highway patrol for aerial support.
No,
like that. I find that interesting.
How's that funding for the San Bernardino Police Department?
Yeah, exactly. I just been scanning like 3-4 different articles, different versions of this story, including in the LA Times. Like, only thing they have tied to cannabis is they keep on saying, recreational marijuana and registered marijuana grows are legal. However, the killings occurred near illegal marijuana grows.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't.
And then they say
must be the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the coke guys going into the pot guys' neighborhood. Blame the pot guys.
So it must be You got to be related.
Exactly.
Like, nah, man.
Exactly.
Fentanyl guys really causing the stir for the pot guys.
I can't believe that.
I know that's the one who wrote this story.
Go for it.
That's right.
Go for it, Jarl.
I mean, look, it's not fair to brush with broad strokes. I appreciate law enforcement. Cops are like lawyers. Nobody appreciates them till you need them. They're like teachers and firefighters, underpaid, underappreciated. And I'm not sure until you have all the facts whether painting with that kind of broad strokes and alluding, suggesting that it's related to cannabis, unless there's some real hard evidence. I'm not sure why you would put that out to the news. And if you haven't got a conviction yet, there's still a lot of facts that need to play out. So that's a little troubling to me. However, because of the great job we've been doing here at High at 9 News, we have some information that the 5 arrested defendants can use for their defense. And we just covered it yesterday, which is the medical marijuana, I just stabbed somebody 108 times defense. And so they can just say that they were high on their own supply, they got a little carried away, and they accidentally shot 5 people.
I mean, in all fairness, smoking 30% THC is probably the only thing that will actually get someone to drive through Adelanto in the first place. Just saying.
Really good point.
Maybe like sprinkling a little weed on it is like when they used to sprinkle a little crack on the scene.
This could have all been
90s.
Rico, this could have just been a THCA deal gone bad. And they're trying to blame weed. Just saying.
Hemp in the high desert.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, the D in D8 stands for desert.
Yeah, exactly.